Hi, I'm Steph from Stitching with Steph, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a review of two stamped cross-stitch kits from Fansells. As you can see on the screen here, one is a blue and white antique peacock, and the other one is a tulip water drop. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back today and hanging out with me through another review. If you're not a subscriber and this is the type of content that you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We do post multiple reviews a week, as well as Stitch with Me's, ASMR, Tranquil type videos as well. If you'd like to submit any pictures of any current projects that you're working on, you can drop those in our Facebook group, and that is Stitching with Steph. There is a link down in the description box if you'd like to join, or you can go ahead and submit it to me in my viewer submission email that I have set up, which is in the description box as well. Let's go ahead and dive straight into these reviews. For this particular review, this is our antique blue peacock canvas. It is unbranded. This is a 14 count canvas. The size is 40 by 40 centimeters. It consists of 34 colors. And if we have a link for this particular canvas and they're still selling it, the link will be down in the description box. Let's dive into this review. All right, friends, here's that first review for this video. It is a porcelain, is what I like to call it. It reminds me of like traditional like Chinese art typically, that they put on dishes and stuff like that. That's why I got this one. I thought it was really cute. As you can see, it comes in this lovely crinkly bag. So I'm going to go ahead and just mute you, remove everything out of the bag, and then we're going to go from there, okay? All right, so the nice thing about these kits is right here, it has the product code to the canvas code. So at least you know you're getting the right threads to the canvas, which is nice. And we got this kit. So let's go ahead and look at the paper pattern and dig into the little kit for a minute. I have a really big desk, so if you see me like stretching across, it's because I'm like trying to keep our filming area clear. So as you can see here, it's just your traditional, your traditional paper printed pattern. It has your instructions here. It has the size listed on here, and then our image. Let's go ahead and like fold this up, and then I'll kind of do a close-up for us. There we go. I love it when they do the little boxes like that. Oh, my camera. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not a fan of autofocus in general, just because I feel like it tries too hard sometimes. So what I like in here is that, so it gives me my 10 by 10 square, and then it has each individual little box. So if I'm like, ugh, which one is it? And then I can kind of go over. So the symbols are pretty nice. Let's see if there's anything on here that would make it difficult to stitch. So I could see this and this. So 14 and 18 could be a little confusing. And no, not 26. I say probably just 14 and 18 if they were close together. So let's take a look on the paper pattern real fast. So 14 and 18. So X's and then slashes. So I don't think that, so if they were close together, you would have to kind of pay attention in that sense. So there's that, okay? And then let's take a look at the kit. I'll be honest with you. I love that they're doing this now. Because if you're a person like me and you stitch on the go, like I have like a little stitching bag. So I just throw like extra needles into my bag as needed, and then we kind of go from there. So these metal thimbles, I don't care for them. I've noticed a lot of us that stitch don't particularly like these. I like the more silicone ones because I don't like the way these make my fingers smell if you've kept them on, and they're adjustable, so they kind of stay, they don't stay. I don't know. I just like the silicone ones, to be more honest with you. So I'll probably stick that in my recycling bin. And then these are my favorite threaders, by far my favorite. When I very first started stitching, I got like, I think it was like a pack of 100, and it's like in a little lock case. Let me see. Hold on, since my stitching bag's right here, I might show you. Okay, yeah. So what I do is like I just keep a bunch of these. Like I'll literally just take these ones that I get in my little kits like this, and I keep it in there, and I just keep them on the go. So that's what I like. I like those ones. I've noticed they started taking those particular threaders and encasing them in epoxy and like designs. I like that it's a cute concept. However, because those are so flimsy, like I don't feel like, sorry if any of you have bought this one, I'm just gonna, to me, I'm wasting my money on a cute little epoxy design with the cheap threader on it. So I'd rather just keep the cheap threader and dispose of it when I need it versus spending all that money on just one. So yeah, and again, these needles are gold tail needles. So if anybody knows, these ones are the ones that kind of stand up to your stitching. I know a lot of people will separate out their 14 count needles and their 11 count needles. I don't, because to be honest with you, it's not that big of a size difference. Now, if you're going from 11, 14 count to like a 16 or 18, then yes. Or if you're doing beaded cross stitch, keep your needles separate. But I just throw them all into the same little thing, to be honest with you, because I've noticed that it's the same size in all the kits, between 11 and 14 counts, and trust me, I have a lot of kits. So let's go ahead and dive straight into the canvas, and we're going to review the canvas now. All right, friends, here is the canvas. I'm going to go ahead and bring it down a little bit lower so we can kind of see into this a little bit better. There we go. So it's a 40 by 40, 187 stitches by 187 stitches. So it's a relatively decent project. I wouldn't say that it's going to be detrimental to you whatsoever, but yeah, I feel like you could get this if you just wanted something a little bit smaller for you to stitch on. It'd be good. The key code does match this key code, so that's one thing I like about like these unbranded ones, is that it matches. Sometimes like Mona Lisa, Joy Sunday, Spring, this will not match this. So that's the only downside. Let's take a look at this here, because I'll be able to tell typically if it's going to have double printing issues just by looking at this here, which it doesn't look like there's going to be double printing issues. So it looks like it's printed nice and clear. I also like looking at the margins here, because when I started my large koi project, like you see, I like making sure it's running down the same. See how there's this line here and then there that it's on? I like making sure it's all the way down the same, on the same line, because on my large koi project, it looked like it kind of like skipped for about 80 stitches, guys. So that kind of made a headache for me. I'm finishing up that part of the section of the canvas because I just wanted to knock it out of the way. But yeah, it looks like it's done all the way through. It looks like overall the printing quality is on pretty good. There's going to be a lot of confetti, as we can see. Let's go ahead. Sorry, I'm going to bring this down and then bring it back up for us. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of confetti on this bad boy. So overall, I would have to say that the quality in itself is good. The printing's good. It's better than the reviews I did earlier in the week. It surged all the way around too. And since I'm here with you guys and we're just reviewing this, This drives me nuts. So you'll see me from time to time if in any of my videos we have these. I am just going to cut it off because I just don't like stragglers, to be honest. There we go. But yeah, I mean, it's pliable. I mean, I feel like it would crinkle down fairly easily. I would say that overall, the quality of the canvas is good. The printing on it is great. It's a good size. Like here's my hand to the middle of like my forearm. So it goes to about my elbow. So here you go. And then here is like my elbow, if you can see. See? So it's not very big. So that kind of gives you an idea. I feel like 40 by 40 and 50 by 50 are a good size. If you don't know what that converts to, it is essentially a 15 by 15 and a half by 15 and a half. And that's from edge to edge. I know some people care about like the stitching section. I care about how much edge is here because I put my stuff on frames now when I do my stitch with me's. And then I care about like, is it at least a good minimum of 2 inches approximately? Like this is going to be a good stitch with me for you guys when we do start this one, because I can start this on my Q snap right away. So I hope you guys like this image. I thought she was really pretty. Let's go ahead and dive into the threads because I'm really interested in seeing those and seeing how they come packaged. So let's go ahead and get that ready. All right, so again, here is those threads. They come pre-packaged in this wrapper here. So I'm just going to get our paper pattern here because I like going through each thread color and making sure that all my threads are actually there for my videos. It's kind of like I do a quality control check with you guys too. So, and if I have to fix, I have not run into, as long as I've been stitching, I have not run into issues with like thread missing. I have run into issues where I didn't have enough, but I have not ran into threads missing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to mute you real fast. I'm going to open up this package and we'll go from there. It looks like it's probably teardrops. Yeah, they're teardrops that it came in. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, guys, sorry about that. Instead of clicking the unmute, I clicked the stop button, so I had to start over. So they're all teardropped. It looks like they're probably in order. So we're going to work in reverse. So 3865 is number 34. So I'm just going to go through the colors with you. We're going to do these up close. I like showing you guys like the thread quality and all that fun stuff. Okay, here we go. So there's our 3865. It's a white color. We got quite a bit of that. 3865, 3865. Yep. Nope, this one is not in order. What's next? This is 3756. Okay, guys, I'm just going to give me a second because I'm going to actually inventory this just to make sure I have everything. Sorry if it's a little bit blurry because we're doing up close. So we got 3865. Okay. We have 3756, which is color 31. 3072, which is like a pretty greenish color, which I wouldn't expect it in there, but I'm kind of interested in seeing where this goes once I'm starting to stitch it. What color is this? 3072, which is symbol 28, which is the greater than sign. So it looks like it's like used as like an accent through the pattern. So like if you look here, see those greater than signs right there? So yeah, they're going to be used as accents. So which means I'm going to have, that's like a confetti color that I'm going to have. And then the 3756 is kind of like a bluish green, if you can kind of see it next to the white. See it? It's like a light bluish green. At first I thought maybe the colors ran or something, but it didn't. This is H24. And it's this really pretty blue. And the quality of the threads are pretty nice. So 824. So you guys are inventorying with me as we're going through the colors, okay? Color 820. That's the only thing I don't like about floss, teardrop floss card thingies. I think that's what they're called. Teardrop floss cards, yes. Is because, as you can see, they're kind of like not in order, right? So now I'm having to inventory while I'm showing you them, which is whatever. 820, that's color number 20. 823, which there's a lot of, so let's go ahead and get that color. 823, it's like a dark blue. Let me see if I can put it, I'm going to put it behind. There we go. See that? And I like using the dark colors too up close so we can see if there's any peeling, and it doesn't look like there is, so that's good. So that's 823. Okay, let's see what's next. Color 798. It's like a bluish purple. Look how pretty that is. 798. See, this is why I like doing my reviews like raw with you guys, because it's like if a color is missing or anything like that, we're finding out together, guys. 796. Okay, we got 2 teardrops of that. So there's a lot of variants of blue in this, which is to be expected. That's what drew me to this canvas, was like how much blue there was. This one's like, it's a bluish purple, honestly. So that's interesting. The next several are bluish purple. So 794 and 793. Pretty colors. 794, 793. So 334 and 318. 334 and 318. When I go to actually stitch this, I'll be honest with you, I'll probably put these all in order and then just put them like on a ring and throw it in my bag. Color 157. Color, whoop, not color whoop, color 3843. That's a pretty royal blue. 3843. 3743. This is like a soft lilac. It looks kind of gray in camera, but it's like a lilac color. There we go. It's like a grayish lilac. 3743, 996, and 995. So here's 996 and 995. So you guys are seeing like live in action. You're not only just getting a review, you're getting a low-key tutorial on how I do things. 950 is a cream color. Okay, 930 and 803. So here's 930, 803, 792. This is an actual purple color. So let's try to get that by itself. There you go. It's a purple color. So 792. Okay. 517. 415. 336. Okay. 317. 152, which is like a dusty rose color. 3778. Okay. 3726. 3041. 550, which is like a, there we go, purplish blue. 550. 413, which is like a grayish blue. See? 413. 356. 223. And 168. So do we have all of our colors here? Sorry, I'm going to just check real fast. Do we have all of our colors? Yep, it sure does show that we do. So for me, I'm like looking at this pattern. 21, which is 823, is the whole background. Like, do you see all that? I just feel like maybe I don't have enough of that color. What color is it? 823? 21, 823. Let's see what we have here. 823. Because it's just a lot of background. Okay, that's the one that had all these. Okay, so they're actually, it's that like dark blue. So we have enough colors. All right, let me go ahead and clean up this mess here, guys. And then what I'm going to do is get us ready for our next review for this video. This particular canvas is unbranded. It is called Tulip Water Drop. It is 11 count. It is 40 by 50 centimeters. It consists of 40 colors, and there will be a link in the description for this particular canvas as long as it's still available. Let's dive into this review. All right, friends, here's our second kit, and it's a Tulip Water Drop. So as you can see here, this is a stamped kit. That is not what I originally ordered. I ordered a counted cross stitch of this image. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to mute you real fast so I can take everything out of the bag and all that fun stuff. All right, so just like any other cross stitch kit, most of the times I say like any other, it comes with, for some reason, this one came with two actual kits that have those thimbles, threaders, and needles in. The threads, the canvas, and then the paper pattern. So let's go ahead and go over these first, and then we'll go over the canvas and the threads here shortly. So I don't know. I feel like maybe this was done in error. Two kits. And just like our previous one, it comes with those thimbles. I want to see if they look like gold tail needles, but I'm not sure. Yes, they're gold tail needles again. So if you're new to stitching, you'll realize if you're a heavy-handed stitcher like I am and some of my other followers are, you're going to go through them. Gold-tailed needles, honestly, are the way to go if you're going to do them. So let me go ahead. I'm going to kind of... These ones are really nice. As you can see, they're not too sharp. They're blunt tip needles, which is what you want with cross-stitching. You don't want your stuff to poke you and bleed. So those are good. There's my other one. Metal thimble, aka makes your fingers smell when you use them. Threader. So it looks like that's the same in each one. So it looks like through Fansells, most of their kits that are unbranded come with gold tail needles, which is nice because those are my preferable needles for all of them again. Okay. And then I like organizing this stuff as we're reviewing because it makes it easier for me when I do my cleanup. So here is the actual design, which you saw in that intro card. I liked how the detail was. I wanted to see if it was going to show up in the actual print version. So let's take a look-see here. So there is the instructions. It is an 11 count, 40 by 40. Here is the canvas code 8734. Let's check the threads to see if they match. 11 count ACC 8734. So we know we got the right threads for the right canvas. And again, I've never had issues with the wrong threads being sent. I've had issues with not getting enough thread. So let's look into details on this here. Okay, so there is the image, and this is a full stitch. I just like looking at the symbols to see if there's going to be any confusion. Maybe those two, if 18 and 21, if they were next to each other. None really, to be honest. Let's actually look at the printing on this. Okay, again, it has those individual boxes, so if you're needing to reference this, I would say that overall the symbols aren't like weirdly like stuck together where you're not going to see confusion. Okay, let's put the whole thing down for us. There we go. And it looks like there's going to be a lot of block stitching. So let's go ahead and take a look at the canvas. So the paper pattern, again, is that thermal paper. Does really good with pencil, not good with pen. So if you need to write on it, you will be using a pencil because it marks easier. All right, and here's the canvas now. So I like doing it in sections just so I can kind of take a look at what we're dealing with this here. So here's the top half, the bottom half, and again, this should be I wouldn't say a quick stitch. I mean, if you sat down and worked all day, you might knock out a lot of it. Again, there's not very much confetti. Okay, let's look at the whole thing. All right, it is serged all the way around the edges. There you go, serged. And then let's go ahead and take a look up close of these symbols. Okay, so again, I like looking at the numbers here because if they look a little smudged, then we're probably going to have issues with the symbols themselves. So it does look a little smudged. So let's take a look. I'm looking at also the whole edge just to make sure it's aligned properly. So these are all things that you guys want to do when you get your canvases, just so that to make sure the alignment is right. Okay. And that will make sure that your images are printed properly. Looks like there's a little, like right here, you see how it's a little bit thicker. Okay. Looks okay there, but if you see here, the alignment might be off. But it looks like with the symbols, they look like they're okay within the boxes, so nothing too worrisome there. And again, I'm just looking to make sure it's all the way up. So you see how it's like a little bit bleeding like this? So that tells me, if I was to look up close, I'll probably be able to see some bleeding. Which, there you go. You can see some. I mean, it's not horrible. You can still see what's what. But you see how it's kind of fuzzy? So if with this particular canvas, again, this was supposed to come as a counted, and this is an 11 count, so I would not recommend, I don't even remember, I don't think it comes in multiple options. If this would have been a 14 count, this would have been a headache to stitch because of just the bleeding. Like this symbol here, what's that? Why, is there an equal symbol? Yes, so see that symbol number 2 is supposed to be, where is it? Those ones right there. You can't even tell it's an equal symbol. So there is some bleeding on the printing, and then you see the black equals. So the only reason why I can tell that it should be those equal signs is because it's a little bit darker on top and a little bit darker on bottom and light in the middle. But yeah, I would say, first of all, for this to be put into my order, and I didn't even order a stamped, I wanted it counted. Whatever, I do both, but then I get a stamped canvas that isn't even that great of quality. So that I will be honest, I'll probably be asking for store credits for this canvas because it's not very good quality. I mean, I can make out the symbols, it'll just take me a little bit longer, and luckily there's not a lot of like confetti. It's all block stitching, so I'm thankful for that, but I'm going to ask for a credit for this and then my damaged ones. And you can just tell, like, you see how the quality here is lighter here. These are all the same color, but why is there streaking? It's like their printer for the fabric was running out. So I don't know if Fansells creates all these or they're just like a store or a hub that gets inventory in. Whoever, like, and then you like see here, like it's not even printed solidly. It's streaky. And then these are supposed to be the circle with the dot, which is right here. So you have a full red, a circle with the dot, and then you got a red dot. So if you can see how this printed, if it would have bled any more, we could have stitched the whole wrong color if they didn't have this big symbol here. So I would say that the printing on this product is not very good. So again, this has been my first time ordering for Fansells, and I just feel like I'm having like way too many issues just even with the last couple of kits. So at the beginning of the week, I did my other 2 kits that were free. Those were water damaged. I had the other kit in this video that seems okay. The symbols were printed well. And then I have this one where the printing is not very good. So this is definitely one that I would not give to anybody. I would keep this for myself because luckily my eyesight's good and this wouldn't bother me. But yeah, this is not a good printing quality. And again, I didn't even ask for stamped. I asked for counted, so that kind of just irks me a little bit. So out of the 4 that I have viewed this week, there has been issues with a wrong product being sent. And then the wrong product that was sent, the quality of the print is just not there. And again, this is why we do these reviews, right? So we can tell people what stores to either buy from or not buy from, what canvases are good and what canvases aren't good. But I mean, just look at the ink quality here. So it's like whatever was printing down right here is just, it looked like it was just giving up on life and just did not want to print no more. So 3 out of my 4 that I have reviewed this week have not been good. So that's, to me, 75% dissatisfaction rate is not a good thing if I would be a returning customer to that store. Like I said, here in the States, if you were to receive these packages, given what's going on with tariffs right now, it can be absolutely upsetting because it's like, even if I go to the company, which I'm going to, how are they going to make it right? Like, are you going to send me a new product? Are you going to send me a different product? Okay, well, if you're going to do that, are you going to pay the tariffs to my country now? Because I ordered these with anticipation of them arriving before the tariff comes, and then I got bad product or damaged product. So again, I'm going to reach out to Fansells about these products and see if they'll make it right. If they do, I'll go ahead and link it in the comment box below. But as of right now, I'll be honest, I probably won't be purchasing from this company again. 3 out of my 4 canvases have not been very good. So let's go ahead. I'm going to put this away, and then I'm going to get our threads out. All right, so they come on teardrops again. So I just have my inventory sheet out, and we're just going to do this together, guys. I'm going to mute you to take it out of the crinkly bag, and then we'll go ahead and dive into the colors and the quality of threads. All right, so I'm just going to do an up close real fast for us so we can just take a look at the quality of the threads. Honestly, I feel like the thread quality, and again, I don't know if Fansells is a storefront that sells multiple different manufacturers or if they manufacture their own, but for me, like overall, I just feel like I haven't had a very good experience. I don't know, has anybody else bought from Fansells? If you have, leave a comment below and tell me what your experience has been, but I'll be honest, I mean, I have a pretty good wish list over there too, so I might just try to look for those images elsewhere. But as you can see, the threads are actually really good, but I'm just like, if I'm ordering counted and you're sending me stamped, and then the stamped isn't even that good of a quality, like why would I even bother ordering from the company counted if I'm not even getting counted? So it's just a bummer because I do like trying different stores. I'll be honest, I probably won't be going back to Fansells. That's just my raw, honest feedback. Just because, again, out of my 4 canvases that I've randomly pulled from my boxes, because what I did is I organized everything downstairs in my basement. Like I have these shelving units where I have them labeled as to review, and then I have the company name and I have if they're stamped or counted, right? So for example, I have to review Fansells stamped. And then once I'm done with them, I move them over to reviewed section and then I list everything as stamped and then I put them into categories like floral, animal, scenery, etc., right? So I literally, I guess for me, I'm just more disheartened that I got these products. And again, this is stuff that I paid for. This is not sponsored at all. I will keep this one for myself. The printing is good enough where I can still cross stitch it. It's just, what if this is all you could afford is 1 or 2 kits and these are the quality of kits that you got, right? Like I would be really upset about that. And that's why we do these reviews for our channels, right? So let's go ahead and dive in to make sure we have at least all of our threads. So here's 3842. So I'm going to zoom in and do up close, and we're doing inventory together, guys. Okay. So here's 3842. Look at that color. That's so pretty. 3842. 3766. That's a pretty color. Guys, look at that. 3766. I already forgot what I just said. 3752. And this is 3752. 793. It's a really pretty purple color. It's like a purplish blue. 793. 518 and 517. So here's 518. 517. I hear the birds outside. I have my windows open because here in Colorado it's really sunny and bright today and it's 75 degrees out. So I'm airing my house out. 318. 161. And again, the quality of the threads were really good. So 318, 161, 159. And this is why I love doing reviews. I might not do like 5 or 6 in a video. I really like doing a deep dive into a couple of canvases several times a week and just pulling from where I've ordered and stuff like that and just doing random reviews because I like the raw review, if that makes sense. I love being able to just pop it open and us getting a first impression together, right? 3838. 3838. And that's a really pretty color. So now we're getting into those pretty pastel-y colors. Look, see? And that's what drew me to this image, right? I was like, oh, I can't wait to do this as a counted because I get to see it come to life. And then I get sent a stamped. And I was like, oh, no worries. I don't mind stamped kits. And then the quality of the printing is not even very good. So I can still stamp the printed one. No big deal, but it's like I got a double whammy with this one, guys. I'm not really thrilled about this week's reviews. And like I said, maybe they were just having a bad couple of weeks because I did order multiple orders over like 3 weeks. So 3, 8, 3, 7. But again, if I ordered over multiple weeks, why are we having these issues? 3808, 3806, which is a pretty pink, 3805. So 5, 6, and 8. So there's 5, 6, and 8. There you go. They're all pinks. 3364 is a light green. 3345 is a darker green. 996 is a blue, and so is 995. They're just two different shades. 995 and 996. 917 is a purplish pink. 891 is kind of like a coral color. 890 is a darker green, as you can see. There you go. 890. 842 is a cream color. 791 is another purple. That's a really pretty color. Look at that. It's like a royal purple. 791. 718 is another like fuchsia. 702 is another green. 648 is a silverish color. 648. 550 is another purple. There you go. 550. 333 is another purple. 321 is a red. So there you go. 321. 208 is another purple. I do like that I can do the color like this and kind of show you guys. 152 is a pink, like a dusty pink. This is a pretty color, 959. It's like an aqua blue. 939, as we all know, is the alternate to black, aka dark blue. Okay, 939. 606 is a red color. See that? It's like a reddish orange. 554 is another purple. Okay, there we go. Another purple. So 55. What color was that? Oh, guys, 554. 554. Okay, 413 is like a grayish blue. 154 is an eggplant purple. 820, which is a bluish purple. 820, and then 762. 762. So let's look to see, did we get all of our colors? Yep. All right. Well, that pretty much sums up this week's videos. Let me go ahead and clean up our mess, and then we'll do our closings and all that fun stuff, our little chit chat at the end. All right, that concludes another review for this week from Fansells. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you're a subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber and you guys hung out all the way till the end, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching my video. If you're not a subscriber, as stated before, and this is the type of content that you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you a part of our community here with Stitching with Steph. If you want to join that Facebook group, that link is down in the description as well. And I also have 2 other social media platforms. There is TikTok as well as Instagram. And my handler over there is stitching_with_Steph. So that wraps up this video. I hope to see you guys in either a stitch with me or another review. Leave a comment below of what you guys thought about this video or any feedback about Fansells or your experience with them. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.